Political parties appear to be going all out to win over the Chinese community this election, running Chinese Australian candidates and translating campaign material into Mandarin. More than 1 million people in Australia have Chinese heritage. Here's reporter Chisholm.
No matter the occasion, there's always time for dumplings.
It's really good. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's a special ritual for Caroline Zhu, who came to Australia in 1989, starting a family and later receiving the Order of Australia for her work teaching Mandarin.
Lovely, thanks Mum.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
For her, social cohesion is a key issue.
Respect the different cultures and make the community more harmonious, and so makes people feel we are all Australia.
But for her second-generation son, it's housing affordability.
It's proving much more difficult to put that first deposit down.
Chinese Australian voters are quick to say they're not all the same. From the recent migrants who came here as students on the back of China's booming economy.
I've been here for around 6 years, so still very new.
To the ABCs, or the Australian-born Chinese.
Parents are from Shanghai and they came about 20, 30 years ago. Born and raised in Australia my whole life.
So are you more Aussie or more Chinese?
I think I'm a good balance of 50-50, really.
About 1.2 million people claim Chinese ancestry, and although only citizens have the right to vote, we're seeing a greater diversity on the ballot papers as well. Labor, Liberals and the Greens have Chinese Australian candidates, and in the marginal seat of Chisholm, 2 contenders are vying to become the first Chinese Australian woman in the House of Reps.
Gladys Liu is running for the Liberals, Jennifer Yang for Labor.
One way or another there, I do believe that you're going to end up with someone of Chinese descent being the MP for Chisholm.
I love Chisholm.
Former Australian Conservatives member Warren Wang runs a small business in Sydney and has been watching the political feeds on WeChat sceptically.
I can see the fake news from both sides. People should choose candidates based on their values. I don't want people to choose a candidate based on their background.
And Warren Wang wants more action taken against any Chinese government influence in Australian politics.
If Chinese Australians are not fighting against those bad behaviors, I think that's the real issue.
China's power play around the world also bothers Guo Jian, an outspoken Chinese Australian artist and a survivor of the Tiananmen Square massacre in 1989.
Because China now, they're trying to use the business to buy the whole Western countries.
Among the Australian-born Chinese, it's not a question of picking between cultures or superpowers.
I think both the US and China are equally, valuable and important for the Australian economy.
And perhaps you can have it both ways. Jason Om, ABC News.